So a lot of you, we also welcome you. A lot of you were here on Thursday, and today's class, we're going to use a lot of breath of fire. And breath of fire is one of those, it's just a fantastic breathing technique, and don't worry about doing it perfectly, we just do our best. It's fabulous at this time when it's so cold and it's a little bit damp, and maybe our food is a bit more heavy, and because of the cold, we're inside more. And so it's a good time to cultivate balance, and balance by stimulating a bit of fire inside. And I suppose I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, you know, it's important that when we think of the energy expanding and increasing, it's not like having a cup of coffee and suddenly being all zingy. It's like this super balanced. It's activating the energy in our body so that we have it accessible to us, and it's to serve us throughout the day. And breath of fire is very balancing. And throughout the class, there's pauses between everything we do. And really use those pauses to drop in. And each time we do that, and all of you are so skillful, and you've had those experiences in a class or at the end of the class or at different times where you really are dropped in. And each time we do that and we experience our own inner self, it has an imprint. And so that imprint in our subconscious, and that's something then that we can return to. It's something we're reminded of. And then over time it gets easier to access. And so let's start. Eyes closed. Do I have a cushion? And so if you're on the first couple of days of your menstrual cycle, then do long deep breath. And don't think that you don't get benefit if you're doing long deep breath. You also get so much benefit. And so let's close the eyes and drop in. And now place your right hand on your belly and your left hand directly behind on your back. We'll just do a little bit of packing the chi to bring awareness down here to the navel center. So as you inhale, feel your belly expand, breathe into that right hand. And as you exhale, draw the navel back in. As you inhale, breathe into your left hand, into the hand on your back. And as you exhale, draw your back in towards your spine. Feel the back hand drawing in. And now as you inhale, breathe into both hands. Front, back, and sides. Exhale, drawing in towards the center. Eyes are closed and very present. Inhale, breathe into the front hand. Exhale, drawing navel back in towards the spine. Inhale into the back hand. Exhale. And now inhale into both hands. And exhale. Let's bring our hands now back onto our thighs and take a full expansive inhale, filling all four sides of the waist. And as you exhale, drawing in, let's just do a couple of minutes of breath of fire here. So exhaling through your nose, navel draws in as you exhale. Let your attention be down at your navel as you breathe. And it gives the inhale a little help. So it's not as powerful. The breath is powered by the exhale. But we make sure that we don't shorten our inhale, that is equal length to the exhale. The other thing, we want to feel that there's a gentleness to our breath of fire, right? So it's not a real forceful pulling the navel in. It's like a pendulum just flowing. And it's the idea, it's a Bastrika breath. So it's like a bellows. So it's like you're pumping the air to ignite the fire is the element at the navel center. And so think of it like a bellows, like a pendulum drawing in and out. The rest of your body relaxed. And now keep going. But now I'd like you to bring your awareness to the center of your forehead. Take a deep inhale and pause, hold the breath, squeeze pelvic floor. Pressurizing the energy going up to the pineal, the pituitary gland, eye gaze, center of the forehead, shoulders relaxed. Hold, squeeze, breathe. Hold, squeeze, rather. Exhale, release. Just take a couple of breaths here. And again, that sense of being dropped in. We're imprinting onto our subconscious that feeling of being in tune, creating a harmony between the sensations and our awareness. And so we're aware and we can sense. Really nice. Let's come around and get into some movement. So hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And feel the whole spine moving. And on your next exhale, tuck your toes and push up into down dog. And first down dog of the day, your knees can absolutely be bent if that feels a little better on your lower back. And here, let's revisit that packing the chi. So as you inhale, feel the front body expand. As you exhale, draw the front body in towards the spine. As you inhale, feel the back body expand. As you exhale, draw the back body in towards the spine. Pressing into your fingers. As you inhale, expand all four sides of the waist, of the belly. Eyes of your elbows rotating forward, external rotation in your arms. And exhale, draw all four sides in towards the center. Let's come forward into plank. We'll do another round just like that. Knees can be down, no problem. Inhale, front body expands. Exhale, drawing in towards the center. Inhale, back body expands. Exhale in towards the center. Inhale, front sides and back. And exhale in towards the spine. And now take a full inhale. Exhale, come all the way to the floor. Inhale into cobra, full breath. Exhale into down dog. Bend your knees, walk, step, hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold in. Firm the thighs, hinge at the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Tailbone down. Exhale, hands to heart. And we'll flow a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Feel the breath and movement in sync. Slowing down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up, hook your thumbs. As you exhale, sink down. Such a lovely pose. Feel all the parts of your body firing, opening. Inhale, lift up and back. Spine, front body, thighs, hips. Exhale, sink down. One more. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, sinking down. Hands either side of the front foot. Step back into plank. Take a full inhale here. And then exhale, knees down or no knees. Make your way to the floor. Elbows in. Slightly pull with the hands back. Firm the legs. Inhale into cobra. Use the spinal muscles. Don't let the ankles open out. Draw them in. Exhale back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And then exhale, left knee down and right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sinking down. That feeling of the breath and the movement in sync. Inhale, lift up and back. Creating balance. One more inhale. Exhale. I always like that analogy. The goal is to yoke the mind to the body. Hands down. As long as you are here, left foot joins the right. Noticing what you're doing. Not off planning. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Then the magic happens, right? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Don't think you're alone. If your mind wanders a million times, inhale, lift your heart. The success is in that we bring it back each time. Left foot down. Left foot back. Inhale, reach up. Just one breath. Exhale, hands down, step back and lower. And you can come halfway or all the way, whatever works in your body. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. Again, feel everything drawing towards the center as you exhale. Right knee down, left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sinking in. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, right foot joins the left, top of the mat, folding in. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Really nice. So let's come to kneeling. And if you want to put a cushion underneath onto your heels, you can. And if you need to be seated, that's fine. And interlace the hands behind the back of your head. And we're going to start here with a bit of breath of fire. So everything is for 2 minutes. And as you breathe, real intention here at the navel center. Remember, find your pace. Stay focused. Attention at the navel center. And really stay present. Take a deep inhale. And pause, hold the breath. Draw up to the pelvic floor. Feel the lower belly drawing in. And draw the eye gaze to the center of the forehead. Hold your breath. Squeeze. And exhale, release the hands and just sit for a moment. And tune in. It's a real skill. We cultivate this ability to observe the subtlety within. And in our lives, where we're so external, often we need a lot of bells and whistles to notice things that are going on inside of us. And so cultivating this ability just to notice, observe the effects, to integrate. Really nice. Let's come round down to our belly. Okay, so here we're going to hold on to your feet, but you're not coming up into bow pose, okay? So now we're going to pressurize this energy. So keep your thighs pressing into the floor and your forehead comes to the floor, okay? And long, deep breaths. So the heels are drawing towards your sit bones. And now feel your belly expanding as you inhale and then as you exhale. So full deep breaths here. Forehead on the floor, thighs pressing down. And no problem. If your hands don't come to your feet, that's no problem. All you do is reach back. Absolutely perfect. Tune in those full deep breaths. And see, can you gently tuck the tailbone under and press the pubic bone into the mat. Just 2 more deep breaths here. Really fill up as you inhale. Feel yourself pressing into the floor. And release as you exhale. Really nice. Let's go round onto our back. Everyone's favorite. We're going to do stretch pose. And so all the modifications available, right? So stretch pose, it's like you're in a low boat. Arms are reaching, legs are lifted. And so modifications, one leg at a time, hand behind your head, and take breaks wherever you need. We're going to go for 1.5 minutes with breath of fire. And so lifting up, off we go. So everyone's different where the challenge is. Certainly for me, my neck always seems to feel it very strongly. And so make sure your lower back stays on the floor. And if it's lifting, then pop one leg down. Doing great. Halfway. Stretch pose is always challenging, right? So you are not alone if you find this very challenging. But the feeling afterwards really is amazing. And it has a very powerful effect on the energy and fantastic for stimulating at the navel center. So stick with it, just 15 seconds. Take a deep inhale here and pause, hold, squeeze. Exhale, completely relax. Take a couple of deep breaths right down into the belly. And tune in. When we work at the navel center, right, it's your third chakra. This is where your sense of self is, your willpower. And if ever you lack confidence or sureness about what you're doing, or you doubt yourself, a little bit of breath of fire can be very helpful, even as a daily practice, to do a little bit every day. Just a couple more deep breaths here, completely relax. Allow the effects. Really great. We're going to come into some core work. So pistoning the legs, one leg in as you inhale, and the other leg in as you exhale. And hands underneath your lower back if your back is in any way tender or if it has a tendency to lift. And remember, the legs can go higher. Draw the sides of the waist down so you're really activating that transverse abdominis. And stay present. Where our attention goes, the energy flows. So keep your awareness for now at your navel center. Really great, nearly there. Pistoling the legs like this, great for digestion. Really nice. Inhale, extend the legs. Pause, hold, squeeze. Exhale, release down. Palms facing up. And a few deep breaths here. Tune in. And notice the quality of your attention. Certainly for me, I have a huge preference for these kind of Kriya classes where you do intense movements that have an ultimate goal at the end. And you can feel the shift happening as the class progresses. So let's go straight in, double leg lifts. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. Again, hands underneath your lower back. If your back is lifting or there's any tenderness there. Staying focused. Remember, single legs. If it feels like you need to give your back a little break or stop and come back in. Nearly there. Inhale, legs up. Pause, hold, squeeze. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Exhale, release. Each time we do that squeeze of the root of the pelvic floor, where it has a stimulating effect on the pineal and the pituitary gland, our master glands. And so really amazing for creating balance and affecting our perception. Deep breaths also so powerful for activating areas of the brain. Really nice. Okay. What do we have next? Oh yes, round down to our belly. Okay, so here we're going to do Cobra for 2 minutes. Oh, actually we're doing it with long deep breaths. And so hands beneath your shoulders and lifting up. And remember, pull the hands back. So you're really working into the spine. And now feet are pressing into the floor, legs are active. If you wish, you can lift the legs and keeping the pubic bone down, the pelvis down, lift up a little higher, but the elbows are always a little bit bent. And full deep breaths here. So the legs staying down gives a little bit more support for the lower back. And so definitely find what's going to work in your body this morning. And so full deep breaths here. Ever so slightly pull the hands back, so spine working, really stimulating the nerve ganglia in the spine here. And you can feel that. Pull with the hands, so spine is active, lifting. And because we're holding, it doesn't have to be your highest cobra, right? Take a deep inhale here. Pause, hold, squeeze. Exhale, release all the way down. Turn your cheek to one side. And now turn your cheek to the other side. Really nice. Just a couple more deep breaths here. Really filling up. Really nice, okay. So let's come around onto our back. We'll do a little bit of rolling. So forward and back, and it doesn't matter how far your feet go, right? Some of you, the feet may touch the floor over your head or not. It doesn't matter at all. It's just about moving the energy now through the body. And again, each of the different exercises stimulates a different part of the core. And so here working all the different parts of the core, the front, the sides, the back. Really nice. Just one more. Excellent. So let's come back round onto our belly again. A lot of going forward and back, right? Great. So we're going to come into Shalabhasana. So you have two options with your arms. Either arms out to the side like a cactus, or interlace your fingers and reach your arms forward. And legs can be lifted or the legs down, pushed through the pubic bones. And to lift the legs, what I find helpful is start with your feet down, point the toes, and then extend like you're trying to point the toes back towards the wall behind you. So the legs lift up, activated. And you can feel the difference than just lifting the legs. It's like as you extend, they come up, inner thighs towards the ceiling, and breath of fire. So arms either like a cactus, puts less pressure on the lower back, or interlaced, reaching forward. Inner thighs towards the ceiling, really point through the toes. Very powerful when we do breath of fire like this, when we're on our belly. Over halfway there, you're doing great. Keep going. Or take breaks where you need to. Listen to your body. Nearly there, just 15 seconds. Okay, take a deep inhale. Lift, hold, squeeze. Exhale, release down. And tune. Perhaps notice the shift occurring for you. Tune into your subtlety. And then your cheek to the other side. Deep breaths. Feel the back of your lower ribs, your kidney area expand as you breathe. So just one more of these, and then we're going to go to standing. And so it's bow pose, but you also again have the option of just reaching the arms back and reaching the legs back, lifting the legs up. You don't have to hold on to the ankles if it doesn't suit you. If it suits, you can hold on to the ankles. Start with the knees kind of together. And I find it helpful to flex the feet. You have a bit more grip, but it depends where you're holding your feet. So knees together, lift up, and breath of fire. It does not have to be your deepest, biggest bow pose by any means. And come in and out as many times as you need to. We don't want to be straining where we feel like it's too much. You know your edge and what side of it and where it is for you on any given day. Doing great. Nearly there, nearly there. Last 10 seconds. Deep inhale, lift up, kick back, hold, squeeze. Then exhale, release down. And completely relax. Turn your cheek to the other side, deep breath. Perhaps you can feel the heat that you're cultivating this morning. Let's push back into child's pose. Just stretch out the lower back. Okay, great. So let's come to standing. Come to all fours, folding forward, or whichever way works for you, and come all the way up. Great. So now we start, feet are beside each other. It's helpful in this one to keep your eyes open. Otherwise, you'll end up wobbling. Certainly I do. So we're going to inhale to the left and then exhale to the right. Inhaling left, exhaling right. feel that stretch in the side body, right? How we're standing, maybe you can see out your window, the sun has risen since we started. Mm. Really nice. Let's inhale to the center. Pause, hold, squeeze. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Exhale, release down. And step your feet a little wider. Just take a moment. And let's go into the next one. So right hand on your heart, left hand behind as you inhale. And as you exhale, go the other way. And you'll feel this in your lower back, right? So start slowly maybe. And then build up. Little bend in the knees can be nice. It makes it a little bit easier for moving. And get into the rhythm of it. Inhale left, exhale right. The movement is mostly in the upper body. So not trying to move too much in the hips. A little bit's okay. Got the rhythm. Maybe speed it up a little bit. I know I have a tendency to kind of slow down a little bit as it goes on. And so perhaps just speed up a little bit. Inhale, both hands on your heart center. Pause, hold, squeeze. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Exhale, release. Just tune in for a moment here. It's very balancing to enliven the energy and have stability, stabilize it. When our energy is dull, our body feels dull and heavy, our mind, our thoughts are dull and heavy. And so it always has. There on Tuesday, we did a lovely practice where we worked a lot with the spine. When we do these practices and enliven the energy and lift it up, it has a very positive effect on our mind, on our thoughts, on our perception. Let's do one more here. So we're going to inhale, reach up. And remember, you're reaching up, tailbone under, pubic bone towards the navel. Lift, and then exhale, fold forward, flat back, hands to the floor. And keep going. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Mind the lower back. Remember your pelvic wheel. So as you come up, tailbone under, pubic bone lifts, lift in the sternum, and exhale, fold. So you're not in any way straining in the lower back, putting undue pressure there. Spine, most important thing we always think of in yoga. So we work on our foundation, on our stability, our feet being steady, and then up through the poses, all the alignment cues. but always the spine, the safety of the spine is key. And especially because so many people, so many of us have different issues. For me, it's always my neck that feels tender. For a lot of people, it's lower back. And so always priority to mind your spine. Just do one more. And then inhale, reach up. Pause, hold, squeeze. Excellent. Exhale, release the arms down. Just take a moment, eyes closed. Very great. Let's come lying on our back. Nearly there. We're going to revisit the pistoning of the legs and the double leg lifts. Inhale and exhale. Attention, focused. And now carefully inhale, extend the legs out. Pause, hold, squeeze. Exhale, release down. Palms facing up. A couple of deep breaths here. Breathing right down into your belly. Let's go into double leg lifts. Inhale, lift up. Exhaling down. Attention at the navel center. You've cultivated so much fire, energy here. Just a few more. Inhale, lift up. Pause, hold, squeeze. Exhale, release down. Completely relax. Perhaps imagine, I often say this, that your navel is like a little sun, and the rays of light from the sun are shining down your legs to your toes. And then up into your heart, your lungs, down your arms, and right up into your brain. So last one. So this is a great energy pose, right? It's a bit challenging, but it's our last one. Okay, so just take it as suits you. We're going to go 1.5 minutes in both poses with breath of fire. So you can hold on to your legs, knees bent. Remember, lift in the back, so we're not dropping down. And you can straighten your legs if you like, and off we go. So this is very challenging, right? So come in and out as often as you need to. We're 1 minute in, 30 seconds left. When shaking is very normal, okay? Just if you're shaking and you think that's a bad sign, it's not a bad sign at all. Last 10 seconds. Inhale, deep breath. Pause, hold, squeeze. Squeeze, hold. Exhale and release all the way down. Completely relax. And let's just take a brief bridge here before we come into Shavasana. So lifting up, interlace your hands. I always like bridge pose. Your heart is higher than your head. It's a great pose for moving the energy towards your head, like a shoulder stand either or headstand, any of these inversions. It's always great to elevate the energy towards our mind, our brain. Just 2 more breaths here. And carefully release. And let's come into Shavasana. So legs extended and completely relax. Feel your eyes sink back towards the back of your head. Your jaw, your face relax. Let go of all of your masks. Feel your body heavy on the floor. Shoulders relax. Your chest, your arms. And feel your breath also relax. And for each of us that is different. And so just let your breath be relaxed. whether that's a very light breath or a deeper breath. And allow the whole abdominal area to relax. Your legs. So this is your opportunity to really integrate. You've worked hard in cultivating and stabilizing the energy in your body. So much intelligence in our bodies. Scientists are all the time discovering more and more intelligence of how our bodies operate. And so as you lie here, your task is just to surrender and allow that intelligence to now integrate the effects of what you've just done. And so have that feeling of surrendering. That sense of dropping deeper and deeper. Letting go as much as you can let go. And now, carefully begin to deepen your breath. That sense of coming back into your resting body. And then very carefully in your own time, if you have time to stay even another 3 or 4 minutes, I'd encourage you to lie and integrate. If you feel like that's exactly what I need to do, just lie here for another few minutes, then please do that. The rest at the end is so important, and in between each of the things. And so if you have the time and the inclination to stay lying for another few minutes. Otherwise, if your time is up, draw your knees into your chest, roll onto your side, and come seated. As you sit, just tune in to your own inner vastness. It's so powerful working our minds and bodies in this way. And notice the effect of your work this morning throughout your day. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. It's such a pleasure. It's an absolute honor to teach you all. We have 2 weeks left. And so have a lovely day.